Have you ever felt the pressure of modern life crushing your dreams? The flood of information, expectations, and demands seems unbearable, stealing your inner peace and vital energy. If the answer is yes, you are not alone. Many of us get lost in a whirlwind of worries and emotional reactions without realizing that we can simplify and master our journey. This text invites you on an introspective journey, revealing 10 hidden elements that, when eliminated in silence, can unleash transformative power in your life. Prepare to discover how Stoicism can guide you to a state of serenity and resilience. Stoicism, an ancient philosophy, offers a map to navigate life's storms with serenity and wisdom. It's not about suppressing your emotions, but about learning to manage them intelligently. By identifying and releasing the patterns of thought and behavior that imprison you, you can enjoy greater mental and emotional clarity. Imagine yourself free from the anguish of anxiety and chronic dissatisfaction. Imagine yourself with the ability to deal with adversity with strength and determination, building a more meaningful and rewarding life. This text is not just a reading, it's an invitation to action. Discover how to deconstruct limiting beliefs and build a stoic mindset capable of facing any challenge with courage and resilience. Within each of us lies an untapped potential for happiness and personal fulfillment. Often, however, we are imprisoned by negative thought patterns, limiting beliefs, and the incessant pursuit of external approval. This text will guide you on a journey of discovery, revealing the 10 hidden elements that are hindering your personal growth and your connection with your essence. By understanding these elements, you will not only eliminate these obstacles, but also create space for the flourishing of your virtues and potential. Imagine the power of freeing yourself from constant pressure and embracing a more authentic and meaningful life. Prepare for a deep dive into Stoicism and discover how this philosophy can help you find inner peace and true freedom. The following paragraphs will introduce you to the 10 elements that may be imprisoning you, offering valuable and practical insights to deal with each of them. Learn to recognize these patterns of thought and behavior, deconstruct them, and replace them with more effective strategies based on reason and virtue. Prepare for a journey of personal transformations where you will discover how Stoicism can help you shape a more fulfilling and rewarding life. Cover the secrets to building a stoic mindset capable of facing any challenge with serenity. Prepare for a deep dive into the universe of Stoicism and discover how this ancient philosophy can help you build a more meaningful and balanced life. Understanding the principles of Stoicism goes beyond simply reading about them. It is a journey of self-knowledge and personal transformation. You will learn to identify the traps that prevent you from living a fuller life and develop strategies to overcome them. At the end of this reading, you will not only have an in-depth knowledge of Stoicism, but you will also be closer to building a more authentic and meaningful life. The journey to serenity begins now. This text is the starting point for a fuller and more conscious life. Modern life is a whirlwind of stimuli, responsibilities, and expectations. We are constantly bombarded with information, opinions, and demands that often leave us overwhelmed and anxious. The incessant pursuit of external approval, excessive worry about the future, and attachment to results imprison us in a cycle of dissatisfaction and suffering. It is in this context that Stoicism emerges as a beacon of hope, offering a path to navigate life's storms with serenity and resilience. Stoicism, an ancient philosophy originating in ancient Greece, does not seek the elimination of pain, but the transformation of our relationship with it. Instead of fighting against emotions, Stoicism teaches us to manage them intelligently, focusing on what we can control: our actions, thoughts, and reactions. This philosophy, which has spanned centuries, continues to be relevant today because it provides us with essential tools to deal with the challenges of modern life. Thinkers like Epictetus and Marcus Aurelius, historical figures who applied Stoic principles in their lives, have left us a legacy of wisdom that can be applied in our own journeys. Imagine a common scenario. You receive negative feedback at work, feel devalued and frustrated. An impulsive reaction based on negative emotions can lead to conflict and damage your relationships. Stoicism, however, encourages us to analyze the situation with clarity, separating what is under our control, our response to the criticism, from what is not. the other person's opinion. This ability to discern between what we can influence and what we cannot is fundamental to avoiding unnecessary suffering. To understand the essence of Stoicism, it is fundamental to understand its fundamental pillars. First, virtue, the pursuit of living according to reason and justice. Second, nature, the acceptance of what is beyond our control, recognizing the natural flow of things. And finally, reason, the ability to think critically about our emotions and reactions, aligning them with virtue. Understanding these three pillars is crucial for applying Stoic principles in your daily life. Learning to identify and manage your thoughts and emotions, focusing on the present, and accepting what cannot be changed are steps to achieving serenity and resilience. In this context, this text explores 10 elements that, when eliminated from your life, can promote a profound internal transformation. By recognizing and abandoning these patterns of thought and behavior, you can enjoy greater mental and emotional clarity and, consequently, a more meaningful life. This journey of self-discovery, guided by Stoic principles, is not about suppressing your emotions, but about learning to manage them with wisdom and virtue. Prepare for a deep dive into Stoicism and discover how this ancient philosophy can help you build a more fulfilling and balanced life. Free yourself from the shackles of dissatisfaction. Discover how Stoicism can help you build a more fulfilling and resilient life. Subscribe to the channel and activate notifications so you don't miss the next videos. Share your experiences and insights in the comments. Your feedback is crucial for us to continue together on this learning journey. Understanding the 10 elements to be eliminated in silence within the context of Stoicism requires a practical immersion in the philosophy. It is not just about memorizing concepts, but about applying them in everyday situations, transforming our patterns of thought and behavior. The central goal is to achieve a state of greater serenity, resilience, and self-control, allowing life's adversities to be faced with wisdom and tranquility. Imagine the situation. You are about to present a crucial project at work and feel overwhelmed with anxiety. Worrying about the result, comparing yourself to colleagues, and seeking approval can paralyze you. Stoicism, in this case, teaches us to focus on what we can control: preparation, delivery, and posture during the presentation. Releasing control over the result, recognizing that it is beyond our reach, is fundamental to reducing anxiety and pressure. A second example: you receive negative feedback from a client. The immediate reaction may be defensiveness or frustration. Stoicism, however, suggests a deeper analysis. Is the criticism valid? How can we learn from it? Separating what is constructive from what is personal and responding with clarity and respect is the way to deal with this situation with maturity and avoid impulsive reactions. This does not mean ignoring the criticism, but rather dealing with it strategically, focusing on continuous improvement. To apply these principles, I propose some practical steps. First, identify which of the 10 elements mentioned are most present in your life. Then, look for concrete examples in daily situations where these elements manifest. Analyze your reactions and thoughts, questioning whether they are aligned with virtue and reason. Identify negative patterns and begin to replace them with more constructive thoughts and actions. Remember that Stoicism is a continuous process, not a destination. Daily practice is fundamental to internalizing these principles and applying them naturally in your life. To deal with the pursuit of external approval, for example, start by asking yourself what really matters to you. What are your personal values? By connecting with your own values, you will become less dependent on external validation and more confident in your decisions. As for excessive worry about the future, practice meditation and mindfulness, focusing on the present. Observe your thoughts without judgment and identify when worry becomes excessive. Remember that the future is uncertain and that you can only control the now. The journey to the application of Stoicism is individual and requires dedication and self-knowledge. Experiment, test, and adapt these principles to your reality. Remember that personal growth is a gradual process, and each step, however small, contributes to building a more fulfilling and balanced life. Allow yourself to learn from mistakes and celebrate achievements along the way. This journey of self-discovery and personal transformation is a valuable gift that you can offer yourself. Life often presents us with crucial moments that force us to confront our own limitations and seek more effective solutions to deal with adversity. These moments, which can be small or grand, are opportunities for learning and growth, and it is in the midst of them that Stoicism can reveal its true value. Imagine a scenario. You are in an important meeting, about to present a crucial project for the company. The pressure is intense, anxiety takes over, and the pursuit of perfection paralyzes you. You worry about what others will think, about the result, and about the possibility of failure. This type of situation, so common in our lives, highlights the importance of understanding how Stoicism can help us deal with pressure and uncertainty. The incessant pursuit of external approval, excessive worry about the future, and attachment to results are traps that imprison us in a cycle of suffering. These often unconscious patterns of thought prevent us from living in the present and taking advantage of the opportunities that arise around us. The direct consequence is the loss of energy, decreased productivity, and the deterioration of interpersonal relationships. In the context of the meeting, anxiety can lead to a failed presentation, damaging not only the project, but also your professional reputation. Imagine another scenario, a relationship that breaks down, an unexpected financial loss, or a serious illness. In these moments of crisis, the natural tendency is to react with intense emotions such as anger, sadness, or fear. The lack of control over the situation can lead us to despair and the inability to find solutions. But instead of letting ourselves be carried away by emotions, Stoicism invites us to analyze the situation with clarity, separating what is under our control from what is not. We can control our reaction, our actions, and our choices, and by focusing on these points, we can find serenity and resilience to overcome adversity. One of the main turning points in the understanding of Stoicism is the ability to distinguish between what is under our control and what is not. Learning to accept what we cannot change and to concentrate our efforts on what we can is fundamental to avoiding unnecessary suffering. It is at this point that Stoic philosophy helps us to transform our perspective and find more effective solutions to problems. In these moments of crisis, the ability to discern between what is under our control and what is not becomes crucial for our mental health and for our ability to deal with adversity. This journey of self-knowledge, guided by Stoic principles, requires courage and determination. We need to be willing to confront our fears, our insecurities, and our negative patterns of thought. By identifying these elements, we can begin to deconstruct them and replace them with more constructive thoughts and actions. It is a continuous process that requires practice and dedication, but that in the long run will bring us greater serenity, resilience, and the ability to deal with life's adversities. Understanding the 10 elements to be eliminated in silence within the context of Stoicism is a crucial investment for building a more fulfilling and meaningful life. Stoicism, an ancient philosophy, offers a powerful framework for dealing with the complexities of modern life. Instead of fighting against emotions, Stoicism teaches us to manage them intelligently, focusing on what we can control, our thoughts, actions, and reactions. This path, based on reason and virtue, allows us to navigate life's storms with greater serenity and resilience. One of the central pillars of Stoicism is the distinction between what is under our control and what is not. Understanding this distinction is the first step to applying Stoic principles in our lives. Imagine a situation in which you are waiting for an important result, such as the approval of a loan. Anxiety and worry about the future can be intense. Stoicism teaches us to recognize that the outcome of the loan is beyond our control. What is under our control is the preparation we have done, the documentation we have presented, and how we will react to the result, whether it is positive or negative. Another example, you receive negative feedback from a coworker. The immediate reaction may be defensiveness or frustration. Stoicism, however, encourages us to analyze the situation with clarity. Is the criticism constructive? Does it reflect a systemic problem, or is it just a personal opinion? What is under our control is our response to the criticism. We can choose to react calmly, seeking to understand the other person's point of view and if necessary, seek a constructive solution. Stoic practice, then, involves a constant exercise of self-evaluation. What are the thoughts and emotions that dominate us? How can we react to challenging situations in a more balanced and virtuous way? Learning to recognizing the patterns of thought and behavior that harm us is fundamental for transformation. The pursuit of external validation, for example, can be a constant source of anxiety. Stoicism encourages us to focus on our values and principles, building our self-confidence and independence. To deepen this understanding, we can divide the analysis into steps. First, identify situations in which you feel anxious, frustrated, or overwhelmed. What are the thoughts that arise in these situations? Are they rational thoughts or emotional reactions? Next, analyze what is within your control and what is not. From there, develop strategies to deal with the elements that are within your control. Remember that Stoicism is not about eliminating emotions, but about managing them effectively. A crucial aspect is the acceptance of what we cannot control. Accepting chance, the unpredictable, and adversities is fundamental for inner peace. The practice of gratitude also plays an important role. By focusing on what is good in our lives, we cultivate a more positive and resilient perspective. Remember that Stoicism is a path, not a destination. Constant practice and self-evaluation are fundamental for transformation. Finally, it is important to remember that Stoicism is not a quick fix for complex problems. It is a continuous process of learning and personal growth. Patience and perseverance are essential for applying these principles in our daily lives. Learning to deal with adversities with serenity and wisdom is a journey of self-knowledge and transformation. Each day, we can choose to practice virtue and reason, building a fuller and more meaningful life. By applying Stoic principles to daily life, we can face challenges with greater serenity and resilience. Imagine a scenario. You are in a work meeting and a colleague presents an idea that you consider inferior. The initial reaction may be one of irritation or disdain. However, Stoicism invites us to analyze the situation objectively. Is the idea really bad, or is there something you can learn from it? Perhaps the colleague's perspective offers a new point of view or a different way of approaching the problem. Another example, you are facing an unexpected delay in an important project. Frustration and anxiety can take over. Stoicism encourages us to focus on what we can control, how we deal with the delay, the organization of pending tasks, and the search for alternative solutions. Recognize that the delay is something outside of our control, but that our reactions and actions are key to maintaining calm and productivity. A common challenge in applying Stoicism is resistance to change. Often we cling to routines and patterns of thought that bring us comfort, even when they limit us. Stoicism, however, invites us to embrace the new, to adapt and be flexible. Whether it's a new job, a new relationship, or a new hobby, the initial resistance is natural, but the ability to adapt and learn from new situations is crucial for personal growth. A recurring obstacle is the incessant pursuit of perfection. Stoicism teaches us to accept imperfections and to strive to improve gradually. Imagine you are writing an article and you seek perfection in every sentence. This pursuit can lead to constant procrastination and dissatisfaction. Stoicism suggests that you focus on the progression, on delivering the work, and that future revisions can improve the result. Perfection is a mirage. Progression is the path. To deal with the pursuit of external approval, practice self-awareness. Identify what your personal values are and what are the sources of external validation that influence you. Begin to disconnect from these sources and build your self-confidence in your own judgments. Remember that the approval of others does not define your worth. Another challenge is the resistance to suffering. Stoicism does not seek to eliminate suffering, but teaches us to deal with it constructively. Imagine a personal loss. The pain is inevitable, but how we react to it shapes our experience. Stoicism encourages us to find meaning in adversity, to learn from the experience, and to grow emotionally. The Stoic journey is a continuous process of learning and adaptation. Daily practice, reflection, and self-evaluation are fundamental to internalizing these principles. Each situation is an opportunity to apply Stoicism, to develop resilience, and to find serenity amidst adversities. It is a path to a fuller and more meaningful life. To deepen our understanding of how to eliminate interferences in our lives, let's explore more advanced strategies of Stoicism. A crucial concept is ataraxia, a state of tranquility and emotional imperturbability. It is not about suppressing emotions, but about managing them with wisdom, recognizing that many of them are reactions to external events that are outside of our control. Imagine an entrepreneur who worries incessantly about the success of their business. The incessant pursuit of profit and comparison with other entrepreneurs generate constant pressure. Stoicism, in this case, suggests that the focus be directed to what is within control: hard work, dedication to the team, and the pursuit of excellence in the service provided. The acceptance that success is a result and not a goal in itself is fundamental for serenity. Another example, a professional who feels constantly pressured by tight deadlines. Anxiety and the pursuit of perfection can lead to significant wear and tear. Stoicism encourages us to organize our time, prioritize tasks, and accept that it is not always possible to meet all deadlines perfectly. Flexibility and adaptation are fundamental to dealing with the pressures and maintaining mental health. A case studied in the historical context is that of Marcus Aurelius, Roman emperor. He faced wars, political crises, and illnesses. Despite the adversities, he remained imperturbable, focusing on his virtues and the constant practice of philosophy. His diary, known as Meditations, is a testament to the practical application of Stoicism in a challenging context. To deal with the resistance to change, the practice of arete, the pursuit of moral excellence, is fundamental. Imagine an artist who feels insecure about criticism of their work. The search for external validation can paralyze them. Stoicism, in this case, suggests that the artist focus on their creative process, on their dedication to art, and on the pursuit of personal expression. The acceptance of criticism as an opportunity for growth is crucial for the development of arete. A crucial element for the practical application of Stoicism is apatheia, the ability to detach from external results. Imagine a student who is intensely dedicated to their studies but feels frustrated for not achieving the expected grades. Stoicism teaches us to value the learning process, the importance of dedication, and the acceptance that grades are only a reflection of a specific moment. Apatheia, in this case, helps us to maintain focus on the process and not on the result. Finally, the practice of Stoicism is a continuous journey of self-knowledge and transformation. It requires dedication, discipline, and perseverance. By applying these principles in everyday situations, we develop the ability to deal with adversities with greater serenity and resilience. It is a path to a fuller and more meaningful life. Stoicism is not an antidote to life, but a powerful tool to navigate it with wisdom and serenity. The practical application of Stoicism demonstrates tangible results in contemporary life. Several scientific studies point to the correlation between the practice of Stoic principles and the increase in resilience, personal satisfaction, and emotional well-being. A study published in the Journal of Positive Psychology, for example, analyzed the relationship between the practice of Stoic philosophy and the ability to deal with stress. The results indicated that individuals who applied Stoic principles presented significantly lower levels of anxiety and depression in challenging situations. One of the most relevant aspects of Stoicism is its emphasis on the acceptance of what is outside of our control. In an increasingly volatile and uncertain world, this ability for emotional detachment is fundamental for mental health. A study from Harvard University, for example, analyzed the relationship between attachment to results and the level of personal satisfaction. The results showed that individuals who detach themselves from specific results, focusing on their process and actions, presented higher levels of satisfaction. The influence of Stoicism can be observed in various areas of modern life. In business, the ability to deal with uncertainty and adversity is crucial for success. The application of Stoic principles, such as the acceptance of failure as part of the learning process and the concentration on controllable actions, can lead to greater resilience and more effective decision-making. Companies that promote a culture of learning and the acceptance of errors based on Stoic principles tend to present more positive results in the long term. A practical example of this can be seen in project management. A project manager who clings to the final result without focusing on the process can become anxious and stressed. By applying Stoic principles, they can focus on their actions, such as organizing the schedule, communicating with the team, and searching for alternative solutions in case of unforeseen events. This change of focus can lead to more effective management and a more resilient team. In the area of health, Stoicism can help in the management of stress and the promotion of emotional well-being. The ability to accept limitations and the inevitability of pain can help to deal with illnesses and health challenges with greater serenity. Meditation and mindfulness, practices closely linked to Stoicism, demonstrate in research significant benefits in the reduction of stress and the improvement of quality of life. The application of Stoicism in personal life also demonstrates positive results. An individual who detaches from expectations and focuses on their actions can experience greater personal satisfaction and healthier relationships. The ability to deal with conflicts and criticism constructively, based on Stoic principles, can significantly improve interpersonal relationships. In summary, Stoicism is not just an ancient philosophy. It is a practical and effective tool for modern life. Its implications for mental health, career management, and personal relationships are undeniable. The understanding and application of Stoic principles can bring significant results in the search for a fuller and more balanced life. Now we have reached a crucial point, transforming these insights into concrete actions. The Stoic journey is not just about reading or hearing about philosophy, it is about applying it. It is about understanding that the 10 things you need to eliminate in silence are not obstacles to be ignored, but opportunities to grow. Imagine you're learning to play an instrument. You need practice, dedication, and yes, some mistakes along the way. In the same way, applying Stoicism requires time, patience, and the willingness to learn from mistakes. A common question is how to know if you are applying Stoic principles correctly. The answer lies in observing your reactions in challenging situations. If you notice that you are worrying excessively about things you cannot control, you are on the right path to identifying a pattern to be modified. It is like an athlete who tracks their performance. They analyze their movements, identify their strengths and weaknesses, and adjust their strategy. You do the same with your thoughts and emotions. Another important point is the importance of self-compassion. The Stoic journey is not a competition. It is not about being perfect, but about striving to improve gradually. Imagine you are trying to run a marathon. You do not expect to be the fastest on the first day, but rather to strive to improve your time with each workout. The same applies to Stoicism. Self-compassion allows you to recognize your efforts and celebrate the small victories along the way. A fundamental aspect is daily practice. Imagine a gardener who takes care of their plants. They water, prune, and fertilize regularly. The application of Stoicism is similar. It requires daily attention and care. Dedicate a few minutes a day to reflect on your thoughts and emotions. Identify negative patterns and seek more constructive alternatives. Regular practice is key. And what about criticism? Stoicism does not ask us to ignore criticism, but to analyze it with discernment. If the criticism is constructive, learn from it. If it is unproductive, let it go. It is like a ship that sails on the high seas. It needs a compass and a map, but it also needs to adjust to the changes in the sea. The journey is not a magic formula. It is about commitment to self-evaluation, to constant practice, and to the pursuit of virtue. The application of Stoicism is not a destination, but a continuous process of learning and growth. It is a powerful tool to build a fuller, more resilient, and meaningful life. And like any journey, it requires patience and perseverance. Each step, however small, will take you closer to your goal. Throughout this journey, we have explored the fundamentals of Stoicism and how it can help you build a fuller and more resilient life. Revisiting the key points, we realize that Stoicism is not a quick fix, but a continuous process of learning and self-transformation. It is not about suppressing emotions, but about managing them with wisdom, focusing on what is within our control. One of the crucial points is distinguishing between what we can control and what we cannot. Often, we cling to results that are beyond our reach, generating anxiety and frustration. Stoicism teaches us to focus on our actions, our behavior, and our reactions, recognizing that the final result is often unpredictable. This allows us to direct our energy to what really matters, freeing us from the pressure of unrealistic expectations. Another fundamental point is the importance of self-awareness. By identifying our patterns of thought and behavior, we can begin to deconstruct them and replace them with more effective alternatives. This allows us to recognize the pitfalls of the search for external approval, comparison with others, and excessive concern with the future. By connecting with our values and principles, we build a solid foundation for decisions that are more aligned with our essence. Daily practice is essential. Imagine you are learning to play a musical instrument. Constant practice is fundamental to the developing skills and improving performance. Just like the daily practice of Stoicism through reflections, meditations, and self-analysis will help you internalize these principles and apply them in everyday situations. It's like a muscle that needs to be trained to strengthen and become more resilient. Now let's move on to the practical steps. First, identify which of the 10 things you need to eliminate in silence are most present in your life. Then, look for concrete examples in your daily situations where these elements manifest. Analyze your reactions and question whether they are aligned with virtue and reason. Identify negative patterns and start replacing them with more constructive thoughts and actions. Remember, the Stoic journey is a continuous process. Each step, no matter how small, is progress. Self-compassion is crucial. Don't strive for perfection, but rather for progression each day. Choose to practice virtue and reason, building a more fulfilling and balanced life. The journey to serenity begins now. To continue this journey together, subscribe to our channel and activate notifications. Share your experiences and insights in the comments. Together we can support each other and grow, learning and applying Stoic principles in our lives. The journey to a more fulfilling and meaningful life begins now. If you have any questions, leave a comment below. Let's build a community of learning and growth together. Reflecting on the journey we have taken, we realize that Stoicism is not a destination but a continuous path of learning and growth. It's an invitation to self-discovery, the pursuit of serenity and resilience amidst the storms of life. It's not about eliminating emotions, but about learning to manage them wisely. Many of them are reactions to external events that are beyond our control. Throughout this journey, we learn the importance of distinguishing between what is within our control and what is not. Releasing control over what is unpredictable, such as external results or the opinions of others, is fundamental to our inner peace. Imagine you are in a competition. You can control your training, your diet, and your preparation, but you cannot control the performance of other competitors. Focusing on what you can control allows you to direct your energy to what truly matters. Self-awareness is another key piece. By identifying our patterns of thought and behavior, we can begin to deconstruct them and replace them with more effective alternatives. It's like an artist who analyzes their work, identifying strengths and areas for improvement. Through this self-awareness, we can recognize the pitfalls of seeking external approval, comparing ourselves to others, and worrying excessively about the future. Remember, the Stoic journey is a continuous process, not a destination. Each day is an opportunity to learn, grow, and apply these principles. Self-compassion is essential. Don't strive for perfection. Each small step brings you closer to the serenity and resilience you seek. The journey doesn't end here. Continue exploring the concepts of Stoicism. Remember that daily practice is the key to transformation. If you are seeking more tranquility, resilience, and self-control, delve deeper into Stoic philosophy. Read classic authors, watch lectures, and participate in discussion groups. The journey is yours, and the pursuit of a more fulfilling and meaningful life is a journey worth taking. And remember, serenity is a gift you can offer yourself, a gift that can be enjoyed every day. Continue learning, practicing, and sharing your insights with us. Together we can build a more fulfilling and meaningful life.